Hello and welcome to Pelicans Report, a show devoted to news about the New Orleans Pelicans and the NBA. I'm Jimmy Smith, Pelicans columnist for NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune, and I'm joined today by Pelicans beat writer John Reid. And John, as the Pelicans were doing away with the Memphis Grizzlies on Friday night, the front office was busy negotiating a trade that sent Austin Rivers, for a time anyway, to the Boston Celtics in exchange for Memphis and former New Orleans forward Quincy Pondexter. It was a big win against the Grizzlies, a contending team, but this trade here, John, Monty Williams said Wednesday night in Boston, they made it because it makes the team better. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it makes this team better to a certain degree. I mean, Quincy Pondexter, I remember him his rookie season. He's a player that works hard. I mean, he can really defend. I mean, I think he's a good wing defender. Offensively, I think he's improved, but he's still not the 40%, 45% shooter from the mid-range, and that's part of his game that he's been working on for the last 3 seasons. But I think he gives them more of a consistent play at that spot, and I think when you pair him up with Dante Cunningham, it makes them stronger at the small forward spot, as we all know was their weakest position among that starting 5. But I really feel it strengthened him, but I think, it's going to be a process for him to get readjusted. This is definitely not the team he played on that first year here with Monty Williams. But I think he's a guy that can really come in and give this team a boost at that wing spot.
Well, we talked about lineups. Monty Williams started Dante Cunningham against the Grizzlies, started him again Monday night against the Celtics, bringing Tyreke Evans off the bench. There just seems to be some uncertainty almost at the halfway point of the season as to where this team's going lineup and rotation-wise.
You hit the nail on the head there. I don't think they really know. I still think that you're looking at January here, and he still haven't really found a consistent rotation. And that's kind of bad in a way that you're supposed to have that probably figured out like mid-November, late November at the latest, and then work that rotation around and get the guys adjusted to each other. But I think this team is going through some things. I really feel that they have the talent to win, particularly to beat Eastern Conference teams, and they have not been able to do it. To me, they look like a completely different team at home than they do on the road. And I think the problem is the defensive side. I think they give up too many easy buckets. I think they don't challenge the perimeter shooters enough. And whether that's rotation problems or not, I mean, you got to really get those problems solved to win in this league, and they haven't done it.
No doubt about that. Almost halfway, as I said, through the season, they're a 500 team, or at this point, less than a 500 team, has yet to beat an Eastern Conference team on the road. 4 more games against Eastern Conference opponents coming up. Where do you see this all heading?
Well, I feel if you go back and look at how they lost this game last night and how they lost to Charlotte, it almost was the same. They can't hold a lead. I think what they have to do going into Detroit, I think you have to build a lead and continue to play with a high pace. I mean, I see some situations where Omer or Sheik battles but doesn't continue to battle and lose the rebound or don't get over quick enough to stop the driving shots. You have guys rotating and get caught in switches and don't challenge that perimeter shooter. And you're starting to see it on a consistent basis. It's not just okay, you're talking about the Celtics who can spread the floor, but you're talking about a Celtic team that they've lost 3 of their last 12, and they come in and win this game. So, I mean, regardless of the records on this road, you have to play with intensity, as they say, for the entire 48 minutes, and this team still don't know how to do that.
Right. Not sure if we'll see the good Pelicans on Wednesday night, against Detroit, or the bad Pelicans. John, thanks for stopping by. Well, 4 more games on this East Coast trip for the Pelicans, one in which they have to be successful to keep pace out west. That's it for today's show. Join us on Thursday when we see how the Pelicans did against the Detroit Pistons. I'm Jimmy Smith. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.